T-Birds just happen to be watchers of my shit. My name is Jimmy Pynk, and thank you for somebody actually doing a good final season and finale. So, I was gonna do the whole get up. I was gonna put on orange and black, but I just wrapped up the season and I didn't take notes, so I really wanted to do first thought, best thought, and I didn't want to forget. Now, I did watch like 2 episodes yesterday and then the rest today. Yo, I want to talk about some of my highlights. First of all, I love that we still got to see like cameos from the other inmates, from other seasons. I'm getting sleepy. From other seasons that, you know, weren't with us anymore. Favorite cameo had to be Ming. If y'all don't know who Ming is, that's the little old Chinese lady that was just always full gangster, and like bring her in like she got the tank from ICE. That was dope. And she didn't even get like no words. She just like this, you know. I was like, yes, here for it. Love the fact that they did bring Pusey back for a flashback. Like, they really wanted to bring everybody that had something to do with the show that they could. They really wanted to bring them back into the fold. That was great. I'm not going episode to episode because, like I said, I didn't take notes. I just sat down and watched it for my enjoyment. And I was gonna like go back and kind of like look at the episode titles and write, but fuck all that. Blanca. Okay, first of all, Orange is the New Black is good for bringing in a character. I'm not a big fan of I'm not a big fan of shows to bring in a brand new character just for the final season. But they brought in some characters I really enjoyed. I didn't mind the fact that they brought in Carla. Was her name Carla? Yeah. I didn't mind the fact they brought in Carla because we had to see the ICE process. We had to see somebody that really has something to lose. Now, don't get me wrong. We got, I can't think of her name right now, Maritza, who also got cut up by ICE and left early, and I'll get into that in a minute. But we needed to see the struggle with Carla. The fact that was the whole thing with Carla and her teaching Blanca how to look the stuff up, and the information is what got Blanca off, you know, was fantastic. The final scene where we seen her trying to get back to America, her breaking her ankle and she got left, unnecessary. Once she got deported, that was the end of her story. She was a crutch. We needed to see that because we needed to see the shit about ICE and how they treat their detainees. We needed to see that. We needed somebody to go through it because we'd have all been pissed as hell if Blanca wouldn't have got out. Tell the truth. Now, the actress that plays Maritza, I know that she was leaving Orange is the New Black because she's supposed to be doing like a sitcom this fall or something with one of the major networks. So I seen, you know, I knew she was going to probably not be in the season very long. But that was heartbreaking because this is something that really happens with ICE. Like, they told a story, they wanted you to know some shit, and shit went down. That she don't know nothing else but America. She swore she was an American citizen. Didn't know that never knew that she wasn't. Never knew that she wasn't. No, her ass was probably thinking I could have went to LA with the NBA star. I'd have been safe. I'd have been fucking piped down. I'd have got the royal dick down. Shout out to my girl Nika from the I Love Money family. The royal dick down. And I'd have been, you know, living swell for a little bit, you know. So she went, also her and, what is her name? I never remember the character's name, but you know her homegirl that was in the kitchen at the ICE cooking. Glad to see them back together because like they're kind of, you know, a match set a little bit, even though, you know, she did some great work herself. Couple of things I noticed very early in the season. That's kind of like what I'm saying with the Carla character, or like even the couple of girls that was in the GED. Like the gender non-binary girl that they stopped and was like, "Come on, Miss So-and-so." She was like, "It's mixed. Why you gotta bring gender all up in this?" Her and the black lady that was in the GED class, were fucking hilarious, and I was like, okay, that's a good addition. We didn't get flashbacks or backstory with them or none of that, but we needed it. But like a whole major character in the last season, like Carla, like, yeah, she was a stepping stone, but we didn't need to see what happened to her after she got deported. The system fucking failed. She lost her kids because they wouldn't take her to go do that. Like, they showed us, you know, it's juvenile detention. They actually asking the kids, like, the kids know what the hell going on. We needed to see all of that. But I see they got Daddy out the way real quick, and I was like disappointed because I really wanted to see Daddy's backstory, because Daddy was one of my favorite new characters last season. Also, Madison ass got transferred. I said, oh, okay, you want to focus on the people that we done been with the whole time. You want us to focus on that. Okay, swell, I get it. But I liked Daddy. Madison, I was happy as hell when they got rid of her ass. Bye. Some of my standout moments, and I'm sure I'll forget some because I didn't take notes. I literally stood up and applauded when Elena finally throat punched, like throat shot Di and took her breath, because she was just mad disrespectful. Like, now you done got the 13-year-old, the little 13-year-old girl already too fast, fucking grown ass men, and we seen Elena flashbacks, so like, that's what she was doing. Like, Elena used to, like, for real, turn tricks for money, and her mom is who started her fucking doing that shit. So, and this is a lot of times what we see, especially in, you know, impoverished areas, that it's a cycle. Like, here we are thinking Elena is a not shit mother. Wow. Compared to her mother, Elena is the best mother in the world. Well, until your dad get back out of jail. See, the thing. You got me on, like, you get them dance tickets, and if they want anything more, you charge more, and then she was turning tricks and shit before she got into drugs. Well, I bet selling, you know, just packaging drugs sound a lot better than giving up your snatch. You know what I'm saying? And then the 13-year-old already too fast, already flying down the footsteps, and then Dia is the damn connect. I mean, Dia got her 13-year-old sister doing that shit. I was so happy. I love when Tasty punched her in the face, because Dia just pissed me off the whole goddamn season. I ain't gonna lie, but in a good way, because it was excellent. Tasty punched the shit out of her. I love that too. That really scared me, because I really thought Tasty was gonna take herself out. How many of y'all hands Bueller? Put it in the comments below. How many of y'all really thought, like, oh my god, Tasty is really about to off herself? But she didn't. Oh my god, let's talk about Pennsylvania and how they motherfucking manipulated all of our damn emotions. Like, they fucked up. We found out Pennsylvania has dyslexia. She gets really excited to take this test. You know, the original teacher, Dia ass pissed me off this whole season. The teacher was working real well with the inmates and stuff. They was all excited to get their GED. He was really helping Tiffany, who was Pennsylvania, really helping her. Like, I think you have dyslexia. We come to find out in the flashback with her, she always been called stupid by her father, who probably was also called stupid because he was dyslexic. I didn't know dyslexia was hereditary, but there you go. Anyway, and her just thinking I was supposed to have more time to take the test because she was. And the fact, you know, the chubby, loose ass fucking guard took over the class, was just showing movies and shit, but Tasty was like two different people because they were like excited and stuff, and they sent her the test results. And Pennsylvania thinking like, fuck it, I don't even know why I try no more. I might as well get back on drugs. And this is something that is a real thing. You cannot, I forgot, I do not have no lights on this camera, oh well. Anyway, a lot of people that are junkies or that take drugs, you can't, a lot of people will, you know, have a certain tolerance and then get off of drugs and come back and try to go hard again, and you can't, because your tolerance has changed and it will fuck you up. And I don't even know what the fucking drug was, but we don't even really know what it was. I think it was fentanyl. And you know fentanyl, because yeah, it was fentanyl. Fentanyl out here killing motherfuckers. Motherfuckers is dying off fentanyl for real. And she dropped dead. And the girl was gonna leave her, and then Tasty found her, and then they find out she did all that worrying about the test. She didn't fucking die, and she passed. She got her GED. So that was super fucking sad. That was a good bait and switch, because I was waiting this whole time, like, when is Tasty gonna take herself out? And right when she was about to do it, tables turned, and Kentucky basically did it. Now that's up in the air for me. Now that I'm really thinking about it, like, yeah, she did it on purpose. She did it to kill herself. She did it on purpose. I see that now. But they left that very up in the air. Did she just give up on life and just was like, fuck it, I might as well be a junkie again, I like drugs? Or did she really do it knowing that it was going to kill her? So there's that. I love how everybody went in on Piper about Alex. And I'm so glad that relationship is over, because that relationship was terrible. You not going to snitch on me because you fucking jealous and mad to put me in motherfucking prison. And you call yourself loving me? Fuck you, bitch. No, ma'am. Lorna. Can we talk about Lorna? Lorna asked, and what's her face? Nikki was trying to prevent it. Nikki the real MVP. Nikki the real MVP. Because she was trying to keep Lorna. One of my other favorite parts, when that blonde girl with the ugly hair that was died killed daddy over, when she had told Lorna, fuck your baby, right in the sauce part, put a dick right in there, and Nikki just was like, I love you, kid, hope to see you again, because she already knew, like, oh, my girl about to go buck wild on your ass. She can't even accept the fact that the baby is dead. One thing I will say is this. I guess now they want to tell us that Laura really got a mental issue. We fucking knew that. And I didn't really need a whole episode of that. It was a good episode. But I didn't really need to see a whole episode of she's delusional and then she like blacks out. And then she ran and was nursing the chicken. I felt like that was a little heavy-handed. Like, we know she's a habitual fucking liar. We know that about her. So I didn't need to see the psychotic break. I didn't need to see her flashback that this has happened to her before and all that shit. That was unnecessary to me. We already know she fucked up. Her talking about the baby and stuff was still alive, and once Nikki found out that she was using other people's Instagram pictures for her baby, and the baby is dead, and Nikki like, she don't know anybody over there, send her ass to Florida. She crazy as a guy. She is crazy as fuck. She had some issues, and how they didn't know she had issues when they locked her up. Like, she wasn't just no normal stalker. Like, she was actually saying, like, I was engaged to this man. This man is my fiance. We going on a date. Your ass should have been had some goddamn mental health. But I mean, I guess that's a commentary on the the situation too, because they will try to just like, we gonna close down the psych ward and put everybody in general population. Like, that's not good. Loose Check, that was his name. Loose Check, who finally did something for Gloria because she had got the 5 years for taking her phone that she said she wasn't going to do. And she had took that phone for that lady to talk to her kids, and they got caught with the phone. She got 5 more years. She was 9 days away from getting out. Like, there's other people I would like to see get out. I would have loved, and I think we all wanted to, I hope these 4 cities ain't showing up on camera. We love for Tasty if Tasty would have been exonerated. And it looked like it was going that way. Like I said, they were doing a lot of twists and turns. It looked like it was going to go that way. And then, like, the lawyer came and was like, yeah, this ain't enough. We can't find Black Cindy. Oh my God. Tasty. If we'd have got one more season, I'm sure we would have probably heard something about that. But Tasty, knowing she dead ass wrong for sending that letter to Cindy's daughter, whose name is Monica. I remember that because that's my sister's name. And you sent it to the child. You was dead ass wrong for that. You was dead ass wrong for that. And then that was a big blow up. And then Cindy was like homeless and like living on the streets, and still living on the streets. But you know, that kind of got reconciled a little bit. They even, like, I love they was giving nods, like, in case you don't remember what happened in the show, we're gonna remind you some shit on the show. Like, for example, they made a lot of nods to, remember, she did convert to Judaism, so they made a lot of nods to that. You know, she went, and the rabbi had a recommendation that she had on the Star of David that she was making sure could be seen. When we seen her on the streets in the sandwich, she was like, "This is ham. Hey, is this a ham sandwich?" Nice callbacks. Anything could be a dildo. Nice callbacks. The chicken, where they had a chicken coop and all of a sudden a 13th chicken came. You know, it's been chicken around. Like, just nice nods to the past. A lot of them, a lot of callbacks. It was really, really good. Love what's the crazy guy's name? It ain't Paulie, is it Penny? I know it started with P. Lori Petty. So happy to see her back, because I just fucking, Lori Petty is my guy. Well, I shouldn't say that's my guy, that's my bitch. I love me some damn Lori Petty. I've always loved Lori Petty, from Tank Girl, League of Their Own, so like, love seeing her back. Red, let's talk about Red. Like, oh, like, I get it. It's a story about the prison system. And also, they decided to, you know, do some things with immigrants. But, shit, everybody couldn't have a happy ending. That would not have been Orange is the New Black. So, like I said, you know, Kentucky died. Red has early onset dementia. And they said it probably happened because she had delusion while she was in the shoe. That shit crazy. And then she had a not a yeast infection, a urinary tract infection that contributed to it. Like, we can treat all that, but it's too late. The dementia is coming. And she couldn't remember who Frida was. She had Nikki send somebody a letter that she had already sent the lady. That story was good though too. How she ended up accidentally getting the boy killed. That was some good shit. Like, it's season 7. We still had a lot of flashbacks. Like I said, I love that there was a Tasty flashback where we were able to call Poussey, and it was when Tasty was out the first time. These are real things that happen in the prison system. Like, people leave and come back. So, you know, Elena violated parole because she went to go fuck that dude up. Like, my daughter is 13 years old. How about you not have her all around these drugs and shit? And was beating that ass and tried to snatch her kid. And, you know, somebody was watching it and called. She back in prison. Like I said, loose check helped Gloria get out. Let me see what else. Maria, saying like all she did, we found out what Maria was in prison. Didn't y'all think Maria was in prison for drugs? Didn't they make it seem like that? That her and her boyfriend was a drug dealer. Next thing you know, they had went clean. They had went clean, and she was having a whole affair, selling some counterfeit jeans, and got popped, and that's why she in prison. So her getting 10 more years is a big thing, because you wasn't doing that much damn time. Your daughter was still young, and you was pregnant in prison, and your daughter was still like 1 or 2. So you ain't really had that much time. But she had finally, you know, accepted the fact that, you know, she kind of played old boy. Let's keep it a buck. That might not even be old boy's baby. So she was in prison. Almost, I ain't never been with nobody else. We had just seen she was fucking somebody else, and that's and she really, listen, really, that's how she ended up in prison, over the dick. You can sell these counterfeit jeans and this and this and this and this. Ain't no shit she'd have thought of on her own. You know, there were some things that bothered me. Like, for example, it was pretty obvious that Tasty in real life, Danielle Brooks in real life clearly had cut her hair at some point, and they replaced it with a wig. And I was like, why all of a sudden is her, like, I understand we're supposed to say like she don't care no more, but I mean she was wearing her hair natural anyway. How did it get so nappy, like with no curls in it? That looked more like it was just like something combed out, whereas her hair before was just like natural. And then we see at the end her hair is short, and I said, because that was a wig. Same thing with Tamika Ward, the warden, who got to be the warden because Linda's ass. That's one thing that I wish we got. I needed Linda to get her comeuppance. Like, something should have happened a little bit more when Pennsylvania died. That shit was a, you know, she should have got offed. That was dope when she reallocated that money though. Fig, let's talk about Fig and Caputo. Loved them. I'm like, oh, so y'all just a full-fledged couple trying to have a baby and living together and shit. Like, oh, y'all a couple, but they really humanized Fig a lot, and they allowed her to actually be more of a well-rounded character than just being a bitch. Like, don't get me wrong, being a bitch is her personality. That is how she is, but she does have a soft side. You know, he was teasing about her. Like, he gets her. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'd be saying, like, he said something like, I won't say anything nice again. But, you know, it was cute. It was very cute. And a little play on words. And now she was the ice queen because she got fired from the prison and got put in that detention center. And then we really found out that Fig do have art. That she was like, this shit ridiculous. Then they did all this work to get pregnant. And then she went. There was a lady that was in that ICE detention center that was pregnant, but she didn't speak English or Spanish, so nobody really knew what language she was speaking and didn't understand her and what she was trying to do. Like, she had this thing where she almost miscarried and they saved the baby. She didn't want the baby because she was raped trying to get into the country. And then once she seen that, she has seen like the kids in the detention center, and even though she's not even foreign, that just did something to her. Like, I don't even want to bring kids into this type of world. So she had got pregnant and aborted the baby. That's fucking crazy. Like, again, like, she kind of broke down, humanizing Fig. It was cool. The setup, Di setting up her mother, like, she's fucking in the shoe. I'm like, oh man, that's crazy. That was crazy. Like, I know she wasn't the greatest mother in the world, but I mean, didn't nobody tell you to pick up that gun? It's crazy. The Poussey Washington Fund is actually a real thing, but Tasty gets set off with Judy King, because Judy King wrote a tell-all book talking about, so she had a threesome with a guard. They was all like, which guard? We knew it was Lil Jack. You know, at the end we seen that I wish would have been done a little bit better. Yeah, we did get to see everybody. We got to see they ain't been on, I can't remember her name, the running girl and the Muslim girl that used to hang with Tasty. We seen the two former meth addicts. Like, we saw everybody. Like, it made sense to show Big Boo. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, so we had we seen everybody. It made sense. Like, the whole like white clique was obviously in the prison in Ohio, because remember they broke everybody up after the riot, and that was good to see. But then the other ones, we were just randomly at these other prisons. I wish that would have been integrated a little bit more, a little better. Like when Madison got transferred, it could have been one of the prisons where one of the other, you know, other sets of girls was at. That could have been a thing. And then we didn't have to hear about Madison no more. They could have put it, locked her up in the shoe for the rest of the time. We didn't care. Nobody likes Madison. That wasn't the character that we liked. I'm not gonna lie, I had to fast forward with the part. Nikki Nichols finally was like really liking a girl, and the girl, and this is something that does happen in Middle Eastern countries, where they circumcise the woman. So like, it hurts for her to do anything like that. Like, I had to fast forward past that, because that just disgusts me so much, and I'm glad it was brought up. But that just, I how could you do that to your child? Like, that shit crazy. But then she ended up getting deported while Nikki was dealing with all this other stuff. Red losing her memory. Lorna is nutsy damn cuckoo saying her baby is still alive. It was just good to see like glimpses of everybody as you should. It's the final season. We do have characters that we love. You know, Suzanne, like, actually, that she said, I'm growing up. You know, just got some understanding. Another very, very good point. She has mental issues, and like, yeah, somebody was hurt, but why the hell would y'all send her to prison for 15 years? She don't really realize what she did, and that's a shame on her goddamn parents for not fighting harder for that. It was just a lot. Let me see anything else. Like I said, Daddy being dead was crazy. But this was a good course correction because last season, making those sisters, even though Mackenzie Phillips was amazing, those sisters, and then making them like the focal point of the whole season was whack as hell when it's season 6 and you know you end in season 7. They did it right. At the end of the day, it is always been Piper's story. It expanded past that, but it's always been Piper's story. So we saw a lot of Piper adjusting to the outside world, and that was cool. But at the end, she went to go see Alex in Ohio. Like, that was a little confusing. I'm like, did you move to Ohio for Alex? Because, you know, her probation is over. I'm like, did you move to Ohio for Alex? Like, where is you working? What is you doing? It looks like you work somewhere. You live by yourself. So I'm like, did you go to Ohio to be with Alex? If that's what we were supposed to... I don't like that. I don't. Like, it seemed like she was driving to Northampton, but obviously she probably went to Ohio. And I didn't really like that, but that was also kind of left a little ambiguous. Like, she was there visiting her, but you ain't just drive to Ohio to visit her. I think you moved to Ohio for Alex. I think that's terrible. But I could interpret that wrong because, you know, the last episode, hell, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't be up like this no more. Shit, I'm tired as hell. I'm trying to debate if I want some sweet potato pie or some banana pudding, because I have both. I mean, it was really good. The ICE storylines, like, that just killed me. And then, like, Mariska was just gone out the story, like, damn. And then the Carla lady got, so I'm glad, you know, I just love Blanco and Diablo anyway. Like, I love their relationship. I'm like, that is ride or die real love, because at the end, I love that they were like, you an American citizen with a green card. He had got deported. She went where he was at. She got her green card and everything. She a U.S. citizen. She ain't ended up living in the United States. She went to where he was at, which I think is Mexico. I'm not 100% sure, but that was fire to me. I was like, oh, she did all this to fight to be free, and she a United States citizen, and she like, fuck it, I'm going where my dude is at. That was amazing. I love them so much. Am I forgetting anybody else? Yeah, I mean, we can talk about the wardens, and I mean, the fucking douchebags. Oh, let's talk about, yeah, the douchebags that are the COs. The guards, I should say. McCollum, what the fuck is you doing? Like, our flashback was cool to see. That part was cool, where she was like, you know, do you tell, do you not? You know, you went through this before. Do you be just one of the guys and try to get in? Then everybody mad at you because somebody sexually assaulted you. That was crazy. But then, like, you kind of sexually assaulted Alex a little bit. I didn't know she was a lesbian. But let's talk about this crazy bitch who ran up on Piper like, Alex is not being with me because she's waiting for you. And that was another time that I was like, when Alex like hemmed her ass up, like, bitch, what is you doing? Don't be going up around my wife. What the fuck is wrong with you? And for real, this is what I didn't like. Piper, usually you the indignant one. I would have called that damn prison so damn fast like this bitch just showed up in my house. Because that can't be fucking legal. That's just like stalking a former inmate. Like, you can't do that shit. Lots of people got fired. Old boy was fucking Atlanta, fired. Loose check, fired. Asshole ended up being the warden. I was like, oh, no, y'all shouldn't have did that at the end. That was terrible. That was terrible. I would have rather something they would have called Fig back to do it. That would have been more proper than the super asshole guard being the warden. Just trying to think of everything. I mean, like, it's hard to review a full season of something, but it's really hard when you don't take notes. And I was actually prepared to do this tomorrow and not today, but I decided to shoot the shit and get it over with, because, you know, I gotta get used to only having 2 days off. But yeah, overall, really enjoyed the season. I felt like this season was a little bit more back to form of like what we loved about Orange is the New Black, and what better way to end it. I mean, we got to see where everybody was at, this and this and this. We did get to see some people go free, you know, so that was excellent. You know, some people had a more unfortunate fate, but that was real. That's realistic. Like, that shit happens. I wish we would have got more Big Boo, because I just fucking love Big Boo. But, you know, at least we got her, and that's great. Excuse me. Tamika was really trying to change it. I like the dynamic with her and Tasty, because she kind of is who got Tasty out of the I'm about to kill myself shit. Diet is a full-fledged addict. Like, oh, you still got what I got? And all the rest of the drunkies. New bitch. Like I said, like, y'all introduced a few too many new characters for me. And y'all been doing that like the last couple of seasons for them not to even stick around. But also, that's realistic, because that's prison. People come in and leave every day. When the new girl came in and all she was doing was just looking for drugs, she was going, anybody, you got drugs? You got drugs? You got drugs? The phones, the car chargers. Like, poor Tamika inherited a mess. And she only got hired so they can make some damn money. She got their asses back though when they closed that psych ward. Like, oh, we putting money into this. And then, you know, she got fired because asshole that's going to be the fucking warden stuck drugs up the chicken. Crazy. But overall, I enjoyed it. I liked it. Let's kiki about it. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all thought about Orange is the New Black. I thought it was great. It was a final sentence. It was a good final send-off. Last thing I'm going to say about this is I feel like it benefits Netflix, because if that would have just been the very last episode and that would have came every week, would it have been as strong as us just watching the whole season? Because it's not really a final episode. You're really watching the full season all at one time. And with that being said, it was an excellent send-off. Maybe I'll have to rewatch it, but I was satisfied with the ending, and maybe I was satisfied with the ending because I just watched the whole season. And it may be the whole season, but hey, that's the benefit you got with streaming. You don't have that benefit with television. So, it is what it is. But thank you so much for watching. You know what it is. Instagram, Twitter, follow me there. Boom. PayPal, Patreon, help your girl out. Y'all know I've been on sick leave. Yes, I'm back to work, but I'm behind on a gang of bills. So if you want to support the channel, those links are also, everything up there is down there. And while you're down there, I'm obligated as a YouTuber to tell you to like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, all that good shit. But comment. I want to know what y'all felt about Orange is the New Black. I know this ain't the greatest, strongest review because I wasn't expecting to do it. I'm tired, but I just felt like I just finished it. I had so many feelings and thoughts that I kind of just wanted to get them out before I forgot. But y'all know that's how I do anyway. My pink ladies and T-birds are around with me all the time. Do anyway. If you're new, subscribe to all that shit. Thank you. I'm tired as hell. Good night. This is. Hey yo, I dog these niggas like girl's best friend, right? Ren 10, right? Haunted by my past, same shit, different mask like Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
where are you? But I spotted you out like Spud McKenzie. Figured out the game like the Bloodhound game. I thought you was my friend, you broke my heart again. Well, the game done switched if you a dog.